Standing in front of you is the future Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Kenya.
At that moment, Joyce Karimi, a Form 3 student at M-PESA Foundation Academy, dared to dream beyond the ordinary. She questioned the future, not just of a nation, but of herself. Years later, Joyce is still chasing that dream. Today, she is an advocate in waiting at the Kenya School of Law, her eyes firmly set on the highest judicial seat in the land, where her voice may one day shape the course of the nation.
I come from a rather humble background. My mom then was just a greengrocer, Mama Mboga, and my dad used to work as a groundsman. And so when they came, they realized we used to survive, let me just say that for lack of a better term. And so through my head teacher, I got the application form for the M-PESA Foundation Academy that was supposed to start in 2016. And then after the interviews is when I was shortlisted as the only girl in Murang'a County then to join the M-PESA Foundation. My journey at the M-PESA Foundation Academy cannot be told without the very core values. We used to call them the CLARE values. That is curiosity, leadership, accountability, excellence in everything that you do. And you also had that mantra of thinkers, doers, and leaders, which has followed me ever since. It was a leadership academy as well. I remember vividly meeting people like the late Bob Collymore, and you see the simplicity, the servant leadership in them. If you remember, I came from a village called Makuyu, but in M-PESA Foundation Academy, I got access first of all to world-class learning facilities. From 2016 when I set foot to now 2026 when I'm in the Kenya School of Law for my advocate training program, M-PESA Foundation Academy has fully sponsored my studies.
But when did she know law was her calling? When did she realize justice was her destiny?
When you come from my background, you see injustice firsthand, land grabbing. Myself, I've seen that even in our family. And so I didn't want to go and study my undergrad in abroad because I wouldn't know the real law on ground.
Wow. Beautiful, beautiful hymn. I mean, how long have you done this?
Good question. I've done this for a while now.
Amazing.
I've loved music since I can remember quite a long time ago. My mother tells a very interesting story.
Okay.
She says I could sing before I could speak, but you'd have to ask her about that. So I've always loved music, but playing the piano is something classically, playing the piano classically, which is what I was doing with I Vow to Thee My Country, that beautiful hymn, is something I learned when I was a student at the M-PESA Foundation Academy a while back. And this is a beautiful auditorium, and I have some very beautiful recollections of when I first played this piano in this very stage about 6 years ago.
6 years?
Yeah, when I was a student here.
When you were a student here?
Indeed.
And you have done this for 6 years?
We can say just above that. I think I've played the piano for above 6 years. The first time to play the piano properly was around 2012 after my amputation. I was just when I was healing from my amputation, I went to learn the piano at church. Actually, music was the very important component of my application to come to the academy, because at the time the academy was looking for talented students who are also academically able, who come from economically disadvantaged background and have a leadership potential.
Kevin's story is one of defiance and unshaken resolve. He refused to be defined by his condition. Through it all, the academy has been his anchor, supporting his education, his medication, and his dream.
So when I was born, one of my legs was shorter. My back was not completely formed at birth. The condition is actually called spina bifida. It's got a name. So I got a back correction at the age of 2 months. That was my first surgery. Long story short, after several surgeries, I had to get an amputation for the left leg, the shorter leg, in 2012. And I've had to use prosthetics since then. Yes. But when I got this scholarship, I didn't need to worry about my medical issues because I was getting the care from the school and also the funding for my education. So suddenly, my disability was almost invisible, and what I brought to the table, my passion for music, my leadership potential, my ability to communicate and to give back to my society is what mattered. So opportunities like what the M-PESA Foundation is doing are really important for creating economic empowerment for people with disabilities. But in this school, almost every other building is accessible. But if we didn't have all those things, then I would probably not been able to access this school. It's a great facility, but if my classes are in whichever floor and I'm not able to move, then suddenly you feel like you're different from everybody else. But when you create accessible facilities, then my disability is invisible. Nobody thinks about it until suddenly you're moving with a crutch.
From a music lover to a music teacher, because soon he will be traveling to the UK for further studies, fully sponsored by M-PESA Foundation.
When I finished, I performed among the top students in the academy, and I got another very good scholarship because they told me, go wherever you want in the world, study whatever you want, we'll fund it. So again, my passion was music, so I went to study in the UK, again on a full scholarship from the foundation. First of all, at the time when I got the opportunity, or we received the news that I would get the funding to go and study in the UK, my mother did not believe it because it's unimaginable. I got a full scholarship to go to a leading British university, the University of Nottingham. So I went to study there and I did quite well. Again, when you have all this kind of funding, of someone from the kind of background that I am from, I took it quite seriously, and so I performed really well. I was the top music student throughout, and when I graduated in 2024, I won over 8 awards during my graduation.
Kevin has outgrown the borders and his melodies echo far beyond Kenya. He has performed, recorded, and been recognized internationally.
I've had a lot of opportunities thanks to the exposure and the experiences I've had in the UK to represent the country. For instance, last year I was performing in Europe on a full state funding to go and represent the country in a cultural exchange they had with the Italian Ministry of Culture.
His vision strikes a deeper chord to harness the power of technology to design instruments that allow people with disability to experience the joy of music.
Technology gives us a lot of opportunities that were not available with traditional instruments that were created for people who are normal. So it's good to create that kind of equitable access to these opportunities. When you do that, then you realize that actually people are not disabled as such. We as society create systems that disable people.
Joyce too carries more than one dream, and her ambition stretches beyond the courtroom. Beyond law, she is cultivating another purpose, breathing life into the earth through tree nursery, determined to fight climate change and protect the environment.
I also got to do a unit called International Environmental Law, and I realized most of our laws are borrowed from the Western countries, and we are the least polluters. We pollute less, but we pay more adversely. But now I was like, what can I do? What can I do? Remember, in M-PESA Foundation, I was taught to be a problem solver. So my organization came, and so we've been doing tree planting. We've been engaged in different schools. I mean, the Chief Justice is still there, but right now I believe this is what I have, and I can be able to influence in my position and with my background in law, because it's opened so many doors and how I think.
From a single application form to becoming Kenya's future leaders, M-PESA Foundation has turned impossibilities into endless possibilities.
The more you become exposed, you realize we have a world of impossibility, and that's what M-PESA gave me.
Teaching is something I enjoy as much as performing, and it's a good opportunity to share my passion for music with other young people.
From the sunlit, dusty parts of Makuyu to the towering promise of Supreme Court,
M-PESA Foundation came at a point where there was no hope. So it was like that beacon of hope for me. I'm the first of my lineage to have made it to this level of education. Even in my village, they have not had another lady lawyer in that village called Makuyu, in that area, Murang'a South. I was thinking about it. My mom again is not Mama Mboga too. So isn't Mama ya wakili in the village? It's just a nice feeling.
From quiet hospital wards in Nakuru's Bahati to the bright glare of international stages,
One of the things I take pride in is that I built my mother a house, a very beautiful house, and that has changed the face of home, of course. And my mother always tells me, if those people came back home today, they wouldn't think that you are as needy as you were at that time.
From humble beginnings to boundless horizons, this is the legacy of dreams made possible. This is the power of M-PESA Foundation. Vera Mora for the Impact Trail, KTN.
I'm that possibility, sparking from the chance you gave to that child. Mimi kesho yako, niniwezesha mimi kusimama imara. You gave me a place to stand, and I move the world. Mimi ndiye kesho.
Together, we are creating citizens of the future by transforming education in Kenya.
Citizen.